WCG Sweden continues as we have our second game. It's again a best of one, and it is on Last Refuge this time. And actually, a battle of two real-life brothers. Night Elf versus Human. We've seen the first game of EfFeCt here before, and his opponent does not stop to point out that EfFeCt is his brother. He is Endars. Yeah, I wonder, what is Mommy Bromler and Daddy Bromler? Who are they cheering for now? Sitting there at the breakfast table, watching the WCG stream.
I guess the question is, who's their favorite child?
Maybe it's their sister.
Oh, they have a sister as well? Okay. Well, but she's not playing in this one. That would be insane, actually, if all three would be playing in this. But it's cool. Who's going to be the standout player here? Endars has taken on a role pretty much more so as a manager, as an admin as well in the past. And in fact, he's been the stronger player previously. So we should expect EfFeCt to have the upper hand here, shouldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Endars has always been around, but more as a caster, as an admin, as an Orga. While EfFeCt was always the more active player, I was his team manager for a while at EfFeCt back in like 2009, 10-ish.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Indeed, but...
How was EfFeCt back then?
Very, very talented. You remember we had these Christmas casts where we casted a lot of funny replays and stuff? I already casted a game of his then. So
and
always
still was playing as well. So many talents.
True that. And faculty, the talent forge. So, EfFeCt with an Archmage again. Endars scouts this, but detonates against it. I don't think he hit the Archmage.
No, slight mistake moving the Wisp into ensnare range, so that didn't really get anything done. But it's only one Wisp. 60 gold will easily be replaced, I suppose. Keeper of the Grove will be able to level up pretty quickly here, move from small camp to small camp, and get to that ever so dangerous level 3. We have seen a lot of humans trying to be aggressive against this, delaying it as much as possible, and EfFeCt seems to be doing the same as he's moving north on Last Refuge.
Okay, a little bit of an harass indeed. Murlocs means poison is spread. There might be a few pickups for EfFeCt here. And the tech starts, caught nicely by this observer, and we don't really know what's going on.
If EfFeCt can steal all these last hits to prevent level 2, this would be tremendous. It would be an outstanding early game for him. So Dota skills come in handy right here. And the Keeper, oh man, he's actually far away from level 2.
He's only level 1. Yeah, the Archmage is level 2 already. Did not expect this early aggression. And EfFeCt can just clean this camp now. There's a blacksmith coming, and the tier 2 tech is at the same time, I guess, as the one of Endars.
Yeah, this Keeper needs level 2 badly. Like, he doesn't only need level 2 badly, he needs level 3 badly. This is a horrible start for Endars. This map was, of course, pre-set. There was no vetoing here. So, this can be a danger for Night Elves. If the human is aggressive against this, you can find yourself in this bad of a situation. He's still not... He didn't get any more experience.
Level 2.5 for Endars. And he needs the right click right now.
Oh!
Gets it! Nice one, Endars.
That was so important. That was actually so important. Like, I'm not saying the game would have been over without that, but it would have been, been looking even worse.
Having Entangle and the control helps him so much. Close, but no cigar. And now, with Entangle, will the snowball start with the kills? 3 archers as well. No expansion, and I'm not sure if he has a Huntress Hall. I don't think so.
Player's forces are under attack.
There's coming one building here in front of the Moonwells, but that may be a shop as well. And EfFeCt is once again playing this one base rifles, as he did earlier against Scud. He could theoretically play a tier 2 expansion here as well as he did earlier, but against Night Elf especially that can be very dangerous, with Dryad starting to come out along with the Alchemist. That is a strong tier 2 power timing that the Night Elf can hit, that Undead really cannot hit, as Undead, as we said earlier, is reliant on tier 3, but Elf certainly can be strong on tier 2 already. However, for that, you kind of want a level 3 Keeper, And from that, he's still very far away.
That's true. There's no push really coming in. Tier 2 is done, so second heroes will be chosen soon. The Alchemist for Endars would make things a lot easier. Mountain King to counter that one. Is he going for the Merc Camp? Yes, he is.
Yeah. Endars is there to scout with an illusion.
Yeah.
This is a lot of archers. How many is this? 6? So if you want to go MGs, this is the max number you can go for them. Is that the Hunter's Hall coming up there? Oh, wow, that's late.
That is, yeah, insanely late. Forgot about that. Distracted by the fights in the upper left. Here comes EfFeCt canceling the Mountain King and going for an Alchemist. I kind of like that. To get control in the middle. I mean, for the late game, you don't have too much control, and especially if we go like level 6 and stuff, you don't have Disable for Tranquility. But against early stuff, it's rather good.
Yeah, also against the AoE damage from the Alchemist's Acid Bomb.
Yes.
I'm talking about the Acid Bomb of the Night Elf here, of course. The heal spray is going to be very, very effective indeed. And EfFeCt could still go for an MK third if he plays it Hawk style with the ultimate tier 3 army.
True that. Yeah. Haven't seen that in a long time. We have the flute for Endars. Hunter's Hall is finally ready, but no lores yet. There should be a battle of alchemists in the middle. Yeah, we saw the heal spray already. I don't think anything got killed here in the meantime.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Night Elf wants. Try to find those pickoffs on the rifles with a level 2 entangle before there's priest for the spell and such. But EfFeCt is not threatened by this at all. He is taking the fight with those strong water elementals that he still has. But EfFeCt could certainly find, Endars could certainly find more kills here. But doesn't want to dive too deep, I guess.
Okay. Upgrades for the rifleman. Damage intensifies. Also lots of healing and the spell against the treants. Yeah, here's the Dispel upgrade. But Endars holds his ground for now. I think EfFeCt is slightly ahead. But I thought this game would be even more one-sided.
But if you get into the 50 supply range, into Dispel and everything, without losing too many rifles on your way there, I think that's a pretty good states for humans, so yeah, I agree. Last hit there, I'm not quite sure who got it, but the item went towards the human, using the Sword of the Beast right away, and that forces back Endars, who seems to be going Mountain Giants here, still only has these archers.
Yeah.
And he got like 1 or 2 footies, he's gonna get another footman, but we keep on mentioning this over and over. Footman losses are not really that painful, you want to rotate out of them anyways. It's about keeping those rifles alive, and I think he kept every single one of them alive.
I think so too. A pretty good play there. And now Dispel is ready, which means that the treants are not doing anything anymore as long as the priests have mana, and they always should have mana because of the Brilliance Aura. Endars needs to buy more time. Tier 3 is in progress, but not done yet, and then he needs upgrades for the Mountain Giants as well.
Yeah, he hit his tier 3 right now. Already by that time you would like to have 1 Mountain Giant, but he was supply blocked, so the Mountain Giant, I believe, is only coming in now. Oh, and 2 stuck behind each other when he could be making use of the other Ancient of Lore. That's a bit of a macro mistake. And of course, no upgrades yet. MGs aren't really MGs until they have those upgrades, and those are still far away.
Who's gonna get the Magi? Big experience and a big consumable here. Acid Bomb in the back. Lion Scroll of the Beast number 2 popped as well. Oh god.
I like that play. If you can get the Ogre Magi with that, that would most likely be worth it. And perhaps even follow up with some more building damage after. And there is the tier 3 by EfFeCt coming in here at around 50 supply.
Yeah, he knows.
That Hawk style.
Exactly. He knows that he needs more damage. The Mountain Giants are so tanky, especially in the late game when they have their upgrades. Tier 3 is done now. A lot of supply, of course, but he needs Knights and or mortars with frag shots against this.
Yeah, the way Hawk plays this, ideally, he prefers to go with an expansion as well. On one base, you can make it work, but it's really dangerous. If you start losing a couple of units, you're never going to get to that critical mass. Critical mass is 70 supply with mass upgrades, mass range, and a third hero, either Paladin or MK. Sometimes Knights, but Hawk prefers to go purely range nowadays. Hawk got 2nd place at the MTW Legendary Cup. Was a very good showing for him there. Looked very strong there against Night Elf. But Happy in the end was too powerful to overcome.
More upgrades. Here comes the workshop for the frag shards. And water teams. And the problem for Endars is no expansion, man. EfFeCt is continuing to push. Endars is pushed into his own base, where of course he has the advantage of immediately getting the reinforcements and having the moon juice. But this looks rather deadly. The mana situation for EfFeCt isn't that good though.
Yeah, he's not level 4 AM yet, which ideally you would like to be. Another acid bomb coming in. Not hitting too much though, to be honest. Entangle here to return a bit of fire. But the Alchemist is still fairly healthy. We have a Zeppelin coming in. As you want to go for some MG drops here. The MGs are in the Zeppelin. Nowadays they take up 4 cargo space.
Just like tanks, as they do a lot of siege damage as well. So you can't drop 4 mountain giants anymore, or you get of course a second Zeppelin, which would be an option. But should you do that against this mass of rifles? I don't know.
Next attack upgrade finishes. The second one, suddenly these rifles become even stronger, and the third one could be coming in if he has the resources for it, and he certainly does. 600 gold, 600 lumber is promising, especially for the tech. As tech is lumber heavy, humans will oftentimes struggle with that resource, but not EfFeCt here, being very high on workers. And now a shredder for Endars coming in as well. He is low lumber at the moment, but that's going to change very soon.
Ooh, going for the red spot as EfFeCt is pushing into his base. That's a lot of time wasted for Endars. He's still starting the spot. And that's going to be a lot of damage in Endars' base.
Yeah, one lore is definitely going to get taken out here. Endars wants to get this creep at least, the big boy, for the item before he TPs back home. Or is he actually going to walk? If he walks, this is going to be very expensive. He's going to lose plenty of infrastructure. Here comes the TP now. Should be in time to save the second lore as the big Overlord has been taken out. And the item grabbed up. Once again, entangled. The dispel is pretty quick and gets the Alchemist out of harm's way.
Indeed. The winner will face Star-Shaped in the semifinals, which is going to be a best of 3 to determine the first player from Sweden to go to the regional finals, regional qualifiers later this month. EfFeCt, man, he's containing him like crazy. Only 1 lore left. No expansion to build these mountain giants from. And he also lost the Engine of War, so he can't go for backup archers. And that means he's gonna lack some damage later.
He's, at the moment though, got all of them still alive, and those archers have a tendency of surviving for a long time until mortar teams come out with frag shards. Then finally you have the range to try to take them out. But with heal spray they still might be pretty survivable. But the Alchemist levels, especially on Endars, are a problem. Only level 2 on the Alch. And the map is getting quickly drained of creep camps to take.
True that, and most of them go to EfFeCt. But here comes a creep jack by Endars. His army is not the fastest. The Paladin is not there yet. Also, I think the mortar teams are lacking in the fight. He might have 1 or 2. Oh, Endurance Aura, nice.
And the Ancient Django, one of the best he could have found there. I guess the Legion Doomhorn, they're both really good. And continuing to creep here, suddenly EfFeCt at 68 supply. He's getting to that perfect human army territory. Only thing that now lacking are Paladin levels, and then he's going to be looking extremely strong.
Yeah. He's going to get Inner Fire, and he has Knights already with natural big armor, and then Devotion Aura and Inner Fire. Oh boy, but maybe a chance for Endars here. Going in with the Poison Ivy, right-clicks on the Archmage and forces him away.
Yeah, but the army here is not big enough for Endars. He needs more MGs. 2 is not enough. And this is not the greatest position for him to fight in either, this little choke.
Nice play with the Zeppelin here. But can he nuke the Archmage again? I don't think so. His Alchemist is way too low. Don't know if he has a staff. He does.
And now this is 2-0 rifles, perhaps even more upgrades at this point with Inner Fire. They are so powerful. And this could just be a push from EfFeCt across the map to finish off this game. This is scary human suddenly.
The chase is on. Keeper absolutely underwhelming. Archmage outlevels him by 3/4. And he has a good item to work with. Endars, of course, has the flute. But what does the flute do if you don't have too much range? It would be great for... I know it's kind of a meme by now, but for mass archers with marksmanship. But we're not gonna get that. Mass armor upgrades coming in for Endars, but will that help?
Yeah, these MGs are certainly tanky, but where's his damage coming from, really? Usually at this stage in the game, it's supposed to be the Alchemist on level 4, maybe even on level 5. But this is a level 2 Alchemist for the Night Elf only. And oh my god, look at this human army. This is the dream human army right
Absolutely. Devotion Aura, Inner Fire, also more attack speed for the mortar teams. Frag Shards is ready. Heal Spray coming in, but it's not too much of a high level. Endars is moving the Knights back, and they are doing good damage here. Heal Spray again, but he's just out damaging them.
Yeah.
Pushes
it's
forward.
So nicely.
Yeah, 25 supply lead. And once again, only one production building for Endars. Seems like his WCG dream is over soon.
The rifles and the mortars providing all this sick damage, and the heroes and the priests are here to back him up with mana and with support.
The position of the mortars on the hill, on the cliff, they can't be attacked by nothing. There's no vision really. He can't take them out at all with the lack of range. He doesn't have chimeras or hippo riders or whatever. He'll scroll in the back. This is the GG. Somewhat hidden in that sentence. Alchemist falls, Mountain Giants fall, and Endars falls as well. EfFeCt wins the battle of the brothers.
All right, as we expected, he was certainly the favorite here and turned out to be the much stronger player. On top of the meta, realizing the strength of that human tier 3 as Hawk and some others have shown us before. Good effort by Endars, but not really a chance there, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Endars, as I said before, did way better than I thought. I thought this was going to be over in, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. But he held on. EfFeCt tried to push from several angles, didn't break through. He always got something out of his pushes, like production buildings or experience or items, whatever. But yeah, especially once the Mountain Giants were there the first time and there was no tier 3, Endars held nicely, but now he is out, and we do have our best of 3 semifinals. It's Starshaped versus EfFeCt and Lil DC versus Dovak.
And these should be very evenly matched. These are some awesome games here. Night Elf versus Human and Night Elf versus Undead. No orcs represented in these top 4, and only top 2 can qualify.
Looking forward to that. We're going down from 4 to 2. Who's that going to be? Stay tuned. We're going to a little break, and then we're back with WCG Sweden.